And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to Uboat. Now, yesterday we left off after doing a first attack on the convoy, which went horribly wrong because they immediately spotted our periscope, and that was not very good. So we're gonna try to do a little bit better today. Let's do it like that, shall we? Now, our first objective today is to get away from the previous engagement. So, up scope. Let's have a look. Because we know that the convoy is right over there, still visible, and the destroyer kind of went back towards them. He's somewhere over there as well. And the corvette, I have absolutely no idea where she went. Might have just thrown all of her bombs, depth charges, and just went home. Restock or whatever. Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that we can probably surface, because all of their hulls are beyond the horizon, so they can't see us. Yes, let's surface. And we can cancel the alarm. What are you doing? Okay.
Treibe Fahrt voraus.
Let's see how the galley's doing in the meantime. Oh, we're nearly out of vegetables. I'm gonna have to switch to fruit soon. Yeah, and we probably want to send a radio report to send the message that we actually sank one of them. Very good. Right. There's really no reason to not go full speed. We have to overtake the convoy again, so let's do that.
Schornsteinrauch. Kleine Gruppe. Peilung 330 Grad.
Oh, we'll get too close like this. We'll get way too close like this.
Kurs setzen.
Do a little sidestep here. Should be enough.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Oh, I hear a lovely sound in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. Probably not. But coffee is ready. And there we are, with a fresh cup of coffee. Alright, where's that convoy? In 270.
Schornsteinrauch. Kleine Gruppe. Peilung 310 Grad.
This is odd. Almost looks like they split up into two groups. Or rather that some vessels separated from the convoy. Especially that group in 270, or 270 rather. Yeah, that almost looks like it's heading the other way now. I mean, it's possible. I could have decided to start their crossing. Do something like this. Like Zag to get away from me. Let's close it and get a better look.
90 Grad. Backbord.
Yeah, look at how closely their columns are formed. This looks like they're coming straight for us now. So, very odd.
Schornsteinrauch, mittlere Gruppe, Peilung 0 Grad.
Oder mitschiffs.
Steady as she goes. Steady on course 334. Yes, course 334.
Kurs 3, 3, 4.
And then we should pick up some speed now. There's no more pressure on the rudders. The weather's not that great, so we might be stuck at 14 knots. I remember in Silent Hunter 5 there was a skill for the chief engineer to learn to make your boat faster. And that was nonsense. And you could turn your Type 7 into an absolute speedboat. I think it could break 20 knots. And I think in the Grey Wolves expansion, or the what was it called? Wolves of the Deep? Steel Wolves, something like that. The biggest mod for Silent Hunter 5. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Wolves of Steel. TWOS. Yeah, that's the one. In that one they removed that skill. Thankfully. Crew is still pretty stressed though. Max Fischer. Which watch is he in? He's in the starboard watch. And starboard watch is scheduled on 6 to 12 and 6 to 12. So he's on duty right now, but he can't work. So that means that only 9 out of 20 sailors are available. And he's one of the good ones too, damn it. What's going on there? Why would you measure that in seconds? Yeah, and the tuberculosis boys will unfortunately never see again. Although, tuberculosis treatment did become available during World War II. I think in 43 or something, so I'm wondering whether or not the devs might surprise us there with going, hey, by the way, your dudes are back. I've never been this far into a campaign ever since they introduced the tuberculosis feature. Which I have to say, I like these crew random interactions that happen. There used to be one where they burned the eggs and where they did not do proper cleaning or something like this, or slacked off during work, and that was it. Like 2 events, and that's it. And I'm glad we get a little more variety there, and I hope we get to see a whole lot more. Because right now, what we have tuberculosis, we have spreading communist propaganda, stealing, and a fight breaks out. Is there one that I missed? Yeah, we need more than that, way more than that. Maybe even things that have repercussions further down the line, you know. I see them in 350. Whoops. Up to... Oh, actually, no. 354 to 3... very, very close together. I can't really do anything with that. 355. Yeah, the boat's rocking too much. What I would have done is I would have taken a difference in bearing between these two. Something like this. And then just assume that they have a mile in between each other. And then hopefully determine their course with that, but that's probably not gonna work.
Schornsteinrauch. Heilung 50 Grad.
50. Who else was there? That one also looks like it's coming straight for us. You can already start maintaining your torpedoes. And Angler,
Kapitän.
you should probably have some coffee. Because it's about to go down.
Zeit für eine Auszeit.
Yeah, have 2 cups of coffee and then go back to sleep. That's what we'll do. Yeah, they're definitely coming straight for us. Like, the bearings are only slightly drifting right, and they are not perfectly aligned. That convoy is turned. And that's brilliant. They're coming straight for us, and they don't even... They're coming straight for me, and they don't even know it. The question is, are there any escorts left, or did they all return to port to restock their ammo? Yeah, these are all separate ones. They've detached from the convoy, I think. That's probably an escort. Oh yeah, the smoke is virtually invisible now with the chief on there. Very nice. Good chief. I can't put it into a queue, okay. Not in this menu. 111, okay. Yeah, that's something that I feel very stupid about. Like, someone mentioned it in the comments yesterday, that they use the T1 in the T1 in night attacks and the T3 in day attacks, because the T3 is electric and the T1 is steam powered and not. And the steam powered one leaves a bubble trail on the surface. Yeah, I know this, obviously, but in my mind, I thought that the article was talking about the T2 and the T3, which were both electric. So I was wondering, like, what would the difference be between 2 electric torpedoes? Why would one be beneficial for day attacks and one for night attacks? But yeah, obviously, the article was talking about the G7. What was it? G7A? G7A is the steam-powered one, and the G7E. Yeah, obviously. Thanks for pointing that out. Completely slipped my mind. But yeah, it's obvious. You don't want to use the steam-powered one because it'll get spotted. But I use the steam-powered one anyway, all the time, as if I can. Because you can set this thing up to run 44 knots, and the faster the torpedo goes, the less is the chance that I miss. Because the shorter the time the torpedo travels, it'll smooth out some of those mistakes of mine. But maybe I should trust the G7E more, especially now that the T3 is out. I mean, let's be honest, 5 kilometers range is more than enough. I'm not gonna hit on anything that's beyond 5 kilometers anyway.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kanoi? Torpedo Rot 2 gewartet.
He's just doing it by himself. Got no one to help him. That's a true leader, though. Giving his boys a chance to rest before the attack. And thinking to himself, ah, well, I can do it myself. I don't need any help. Oh, have they turned again? Looks like they've... Yeah, look at that.
Torpedo Rot 3 gewartet. Ja? Wird erledigt, Herr Kanoi.
And now usually how this would work. If you ever have served on an officer that actually gets hands on with everything, that officer would not have to wait. There would be volunteers helping him immediately. Because of camaraderie and all that. And the bad officer will start working a task, probably someone that's unpopular, and then he'll do half the task and then look around, look at all the sailors not helping and go, well, what a kind of situation where an officer has to work and has no one to help him or something like that, and then guilt trip them into helping. And then the standard thing, of course, is to come in and say, okay, guys, we need to do this and this. 2 volunteers now, and then immediately do it with help.
Torpedo Rot 4 gewartet.
Yeah, let's do 45 degrees to port.
Kurs 300.
I can actually do it like this, can't I? Yeah.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Schornsteinrauch. Kleine Gruppe. Peilung 125 Grad.
Could also be that the convoy is just stuck on this land. I've had that before, where a convoy wants to go like this course, and so they will be slightly off, and then they go like this, and oh no, there's land in the way. Oh no, there's land in the way. Oh no, there's land in the way, and it keeps being stuck on there like that. And it would probably work, and it would probably find its way if I leave the instance. But as long as I'm here, it will not get unstuck. Could be that. I'm not sure. In that case, I'm just gonna have to hit them in on one of their courses. What course are we going now? 286. And they are going 45 degrees less than that? Are they going something like this? They're going 300? No. No, they're definitely not going 330. Oh, hang on, I'm going 290. Yeah, I mean, if they're going 315, then they're going the exact opposite of what they were supposed to. Or it's a different convoy? I don't know. Can't be.
Kurs 2.
That's a tanker, I want that. That's a Liberty ship, I think. That's one of those coasters, that as well. That's a destroyer.
Herr Kaloin, feindliche Schiffe geben Alarm.
And we spotted that way too late.
Drehen wir den Spieß gegen diese Jäger hoch. Schneller, schneller auf maximal sichere Tiefe gehen.
Oh yeah, it's still so shallow here, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, we might have to wait for this convoy to leave the coastline a little bit. Yeah, with the damn time compression, that's how they always get me.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
I'm gonna try to hit that destroyer.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Bootführer und Umblick eingesteuert.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
15 Meter.
Funkraum besetzen. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Alles klar, ich werde mich darum kümmern. Herr Kaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Boot für Rundblick eingesteuert.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Why?
Herr Kaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Bootführer und Umblick eingesteuert.
Okay. Right, 65 degrees to starboard, please.
Kurs 3.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Schraubengeräusche. Mittlerer Konvoi. Peilung 155 Grad.
Right, you get on the dive planes.
Als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Oh, that's why Josh always calls it that.
Verstanden, betrachten Sie es als
I've
erledigt.
always wondered why Josh, another streamer, we were gonna do something together very soon, by the way, that he always calls it the depth steers. Because the game calls it that. No, they're not called depth steers, they're called dive planes, by the way. That's so we're gonna call them that.
Verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Yeah, we can send that report. Doesn't matter if they intercept it, because they already know where we are.
Funktelegramm gesendet. Rudergänger 5 Grad. Backbord.
So we're gonna use one of our T3s for this. Which is tube 2.
Korvette 50 Grad.
So flood tube 2.
Schraubengeräusch. Kriegsschiff. Peilung 115 Grad.
Rohr 2 bewässert.
Magnetic pistol.
Torpedo-Rohr 1 gewartet.
Salvo off. Attack periscope. Bow angle receiver. Active launch lever on.
Schraubengeräusche. Kriegsschiffe, kleine Gruppe.
There we go.
Peilung 125 Grad.
Ruder mittschiffs. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Now we discovered that that was a Sims class last time. That thing can go up to 37 knots. Wow, that's a lot. Okay.
Herr Kaloin, wir wurden entdeckt!
Bleibt wachsam, aber keine Panik. Wir machen das schon.
So angle on bow is red 10.
Oder 5 Grad. Backboard. Kurs 2.
There we go. Angle on bow 0. Draft 2.7, okay. 3, magnetic pistol, launch.
Los.
40 Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag.
Hard starboard.
20
Oder
Sekunden.
Backboard.
Get to the engines, quick.
E-Motoren besetzen.
Flank.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Schneller, schneller.
Oh boy. Ah, gotcha! Minimal damage though, right in the bow. He doesn't care.
Wasserbomben! Sehr nah!
Tauchen
Oh,
auf.
he's gonna ramp.
25 Meter. Funkanlage beschädigt.
Right, we gotta take care of the leaks first.
Gerät nicht mehr einsatzbereit.
Hoch in der Zentrale.
Wassereinbruch in der Zentrale. Herr Kaloin. Schadensbericht. Besetzt. Sanitäter. Lenzgruppe einschalten. Echo ist nicht
Got wounded? No. Yes.
auf 25 Meter. Herr Kapitän.
Now, who's the medic? I gotta figure this out. Where is it? Tasks, there we go. Sunny is Eberhard Rossmann. Okay, so you are the one who has all the medical skills, and your dudes can do medic stuff as well. Yeah. Repair those. You'll repair the ballast tanks.
Kaloin.
Broken leg, won't be able to work, that's fine.
Ja.
Any more wounded? Doesn't look like it. Very good.
Ventile repariert und dicht! Ja?
Yeah, I'm a bit sad that the torpedo detonated right in the bow. I set it a bit deeper. I was hoping it would detonate right underneath the middle of his ship, but it apparently didn't.
Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Still got him though.
Aktuelle Tiefe 10 Meter.
They've abandoned ship.
Herr Kapitän.
They have abandoned ship. Oh, they must have damaged themselves by ramming as well.
25 Meter.
Let's come around for another run and sink him.
Herr Kapitän?
Erkaloin. 15 Meter.
Herr Kaloy?
Erkaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Boot für Rundblick eingesteuert.
Hang on, if Mai is in the damage control. Damage done to the internal device is reduced by 10%. Torpedo damage plus 6%. Oh yes, right! I need to have him in the CIC whenever I do torpedo attacks. I completely forgot about that. But they don't increase repair speed. Okay, then there's no point in doing this. Do you have the skill for getting scrap? No, you don't. Okay, then you don't. Then you're not gonna do repairs. We're gonna let the chief do all the repairs.
Herr Kapitän?
Horchgerät wieder einsatzbereit.
Where did he go? There he is. We're still hard to port, very good.
Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Erkaloin.
Herr Kapitän? Herr Kapitän?
You can load us a beautiful new T3 with your boys. Well, he repairs the radio, deck periscope, and then tube 5 needs fixing. Okay. And then all the external devices as per usual. Oh, we should surface and repair this. I can't do an attack without it, I don't think. Oh, is there another?
Funkgerät repariert. Zu Befehl, Herr Kommandant.
Yeah, and the guys use the medic bags, of course.
Erwarte Ihre Befehle. Herr Kapitän?
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloy?
Herr Kaloy?
Yeah, the ordinary sailors, when they do medical aid, they use the med kits out of the storage. So in order for there to always be med kits available for these guys, I'm gonna fill up my storage with the med kits that's in the inventory of my leader characters.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich
Just
darum.
so that the
Alles klar.
guys
Ich werde
always
mich
have
darum
med
kümmern.
kits to work with. And I think I'm gonna keep one in the inventory of Engler, Scholz, and yeah, Engler and Scholz, in case one of my medics ever gets downed.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Right, 30 degrees to starboard.
Kurs 1.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Hecktorpedorohr repariert.
Kurs 1.
Bestätige.
08.
Boot 2 geladen.
Very good. So we should still be set to torpedo tube 2. Yes, we are. Right, enemy speed 0.
Kleine Fahrt, voraus.
She might actually sink without any more help. Mast height of 29. Let's have our chart ready. And our calculator, just for later. Yeah, we can make it a bit smaller there. So, 29 meters of mast height. And we are zoomed in, so it's the right side of the column. Mast height 120 milliradian. So that's 50, 100, 120 is 8.9. And that's 890. There we go. Angle on bow is green 90. Not that that's relevant. Not in this case at least, because it's not moving. And the vessel's length is 106 meters, which is also not relevant. That's only for spread angle, but if we shot a salvo, just put it in there anyway. Right, the torpedo depth. First of all, flood tube 2. And the torpedo depth we're gonna keep at 3 meters. And we're gonna use a magnetic pistol.
Rohr 2 bewässert.
Actually, let's set it a bit deeper, because the vessel is already low in the water. So let's add half a meter to that. Impact angle is pretty much perfect. Launch.
Los!
And now he was in the command station as well. So that means we get 6% more torpedo damage from this, if it hits. Yeah, so he needs to maintain the torpedoes, because when he does it, he completely negates the impact failure. And then when we flood tubes and launch tubes, he needs to be in the CIC, and if that's the case, we get 6% more torpedo damage. Those are the things that we have to remember with him. Yeah, that's gonna hit. Hopefully it'll detonate as well. Oh, right underneath the torpedo launchers. Serious damage, very nice.
Schneller, schneller! Kurs 1,
Betrachten
3,
Sie es als
8.
erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
Korvette! 250 Grad!
Yes, that's where I was.
Sie
Yep.
sinken!
Wir haben erneut unsere Kampfkraft bewiesen. Großartige Arbeit, Männer.
Right, and then I think let's have a look-see-loo around. But if there's not another escort, I'm gonna surface and try to repair the damage that he did. Yeah, looks good. So 90 degrees to starboard, please.
90 Grad. Stopp. Bord.
Jawohl, Herr
And
Kaloy.
surface the boat. We need
Anblasen.
to quickly
Aktuelle Tiefe
raise the boat to
5
get some
Meter.
repairs done.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Wir sind aufgetaucht.
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloi.
Right, quickly turn on the electric compressor. Actually, I'm gonna do that myself. Hang on. There we are. Electric compressor. Oh, what happened here?
Boot 2 geladen.
Oh, he doesn't have any spare parts anymore. Oh boy, oh boy. Do we have any in reserve? No, we don't. You still have 3. Put them in storage.
Verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloi.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle. Verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kalon.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr
You
Kaloi?
can't make them, right? Yeah, okay.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Right, quickly get on that.
Zu Befehl, Herr Kommandant.
I don't know why I have to tell them multiple times. That's really annoying.
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant. Herr Kapitän.
Diese besetzen.
Yeah, so I wanna at least repair the KDB. I definitely want to repair the Metox and the observation periscope. And then the AA, well, we're just gonna have to live without it for a while, I guess. I love how he just gets completely covered with spray on here. Yeah, it's not the best weather to do that kind of repairs, eh? Nice.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Metox is next.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloi?
Let's take care of the periscope. And then what else is damaged? We've got the tower, the observation periscope, and the anti-air. Yeah, okay.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloi?
And he can make 5 spare parts once he's done. No, 4. Yeah, it'll be alright. Now I wonder, work performance plus 15%. This perk affects all tasks being done on the boat, such as torpedo load repairs. Okay, so they're actually doing quicker repairs now. So if I put Alfred Engler in there, they're gonna repair 20% quicker now? That's pretty cool. Nah, nothing. You missed nothing, man. Everything's fine. We just got rammed by destroyer. Well, he went straight for me, I went straight for him, I shot a torpedo, I hit him straight on in the bow, and then we were not able to turn away in time. He rammed us, and yeah, well, we got a bit of damage, but he sank. So, in the end, I won this game of boat chicken, and that's all that matters.
Warte Ihre Befehle.
What does that 20 mean?
Luftzielseerohr repariert.
Right, and now you can go and make more spare parts. A few of our sailors got wounded in the ramming, but only one of them has any permanent issues. That is Anslice. He's got a broken leg, so he needs to be hospitalized, as well as Max Fischer, but that's from earlier. Yeah. Sims class sunk. We definitely want to report that.
Funkraum besetzen. Funktelegramm gesendet.
Right, and I think I can cancel the alarm for now.
Alarm beenden.
Herr Kaloin, feindliche Schiffe geben Alarm.
Bleibt wachsam, aber keine Panik. Wir machen das schon.
Who's alert to our location? Well, they can be, I don't really care. They can't do anything about it. Just wondering if there's another destroyer, but I don't think there is. Oh, there it is. Hang on. That's a corvette. Maybe we can outrun it. Well, we can't, because technically they're going faster than us. Or they can go faster than us. But it's possible that they haven't spotted us yet.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
How many spare parts do we still need? He's only made one, okay. Now he's made two. Two more to go. I should probably not repair the anti-air with those and just keep them for later. In case that corvette does attack us.
Herr Kaloin, wir wurden entdeckt.
Bleibt wachsam, aber keine Panik. Wir machen das schon.
Yeah, Richard May definitely needs a level up. We need to have him have the scrapper skill as well. The mechanic skill. Essential to have a prolonged spare parts supply. He's nearly there. Oh, he should have a level up. Do they only get level ups? Or is level 5 the maximum? Is that it?
Ja.
Oh, I think level 5 is the maximum. He's never gonna have it. Damn it! Moin! Oh! There's a raid happening. Thanks for that, man. There's the raid leader. I'm gonna give you a follow, sir. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. So, if you're just tuning in then, we are currently in a bit of a pickle. We had a collision with an enemy Sims class, but we came out on top because we shot a torpedo at the very last moment and sank them with it, and they still crashed into us. We're running low on spare parts, and we have a juicy convoy right next to Halifax, Canada, and we're doing Operation Drumbeat on the 27th of February 1942. That's the overall situation. The ramming has caused a shortage of spare parts, which our chief engineer is currently trying to mend by fixing up some new spare parts out of scrap. Out of, like, our entire exterior devices were completely destroyed. We have managed to fix the KDB, the Matox device, and our periscopes, but I think we're gonna be stuck without anti-air for a while. You ever use the stern torpedoes? Yeah, usually when I run away from convoys, I sometimes give one for good measure. And I think I now have a yeah, I've got an area search pattern torpedo in it, so it's gonna just go into the convoy and find something. Hopefully, that's the idea. And it's U373, I think. Yes, that's our number. So he's done with his spare parts, that's good. Put them directly into your inventory. And I think I'm gonna keep them for now, because I don't want to spend them on the anti-air in case we get hit and have to fix a leak or something else more important. We're gonna be stuck without our anti-air for a while. But that's okay, we don't use it anyway. Compressed air should be full any second now. Yeah, compressed air is full, and I don't think that corvette back there has seen us. I think she's looking for something, but she doesn't know that we're right over here.
Herr Kaloin, feindliche Schiffe machen sich gefechtsbereit.
Yeah, we know.
Keine Panik. Konzentriert
And I
euch auf
think the
eure
ones that are spotting us all the time are just the freighters over there, and I don't think they have radios to tell where we are. And we can probably go 20 degrees to port a little bit here.
Kurs 224.
So where's our target? Those are coasters, we don't care about them. That's a T2, we want that. A T2 has a mast height of 29 meters. So let's prepare that already. There we go. And it has a length of 152.5. We're gonna need that later. Where did the corvette go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, heading straight for us. Maybe they know where we are now. Could be that they spotted the smoke. Better to get the chief on those engines then.
Herr Kaloin, wir wurden entdeckt. Scheint unseren Mut zu testen, Männer.
Yeah, I think she knows now. Okay, in that case, 80 degrees to starboard, please.
Kurs 306.
Gonna do one attack and then try to dive away. And then I think this top is fit for dry dock. And we're gonna return home. I think we've been at sea for long enough. Yeah, 46 days. I think the boys deserve to see their home again. Plus 2 of my men need to be hospitalized. So yeah, just 2 more torpedoes and then we're done. Now, my loadout. Did you wounded sailor on one of the bunks? Where we can't have that. Osman, get them out of there. To the crew quarters, please. And battle stations.
Alarm! Auf Gefechtsstation! Bleibt ruhig und konzentriert, Männer. Wir schaffen das.
Maintain those torpedoes, please. Once we're on course, we're gonna dive.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
And we're on course. Periscope depth.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Let's get down there. Come on. You guys are all diving specialists. This should take no time at all.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Bootführer und Umblick eingesteuert.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
Now let's see this.
Hier gewartet.
We are on the 6 times magnification. And we spot that T2 over there at... What's this? 2 milliradian? 20? Yeah, if that, maybe 1.5, so 15 milliradian, maybe 10. Yeah, looks like 20. Okay, so 20 milliradian on the right side of the column. That means he's 3.2 hundredths meters away. So 500 and 5 kilometers and 320 meters. So very far away. So like this, way too far away, we need to close in. So we're gonna maintain a high speed. We'll even go flank with the electric engine. He doesn't care as much. Yeah, you feel ancient. Purest children's crusade this is. Yeah, the bearing is not really drifting. So that means we're on a good intercept here. They can only go 16 knots. We're moving in at 10. Looks good. We just have to get our torpedoes out of the tubes before the corvette can catch up, and then we're golden.
Ja.
Can you stop that? We've got around 80 meters below us. That's an issue.
Ja, Herr Kaloi, ich kümmere mich darum.
I mean, there's a coaster. We could try and get that. .7 meters of mast height. I mean, if there are different shots, we can keep them both on the screen. Isn't that lovely? .7. Actually, that's 20.7 is more 21 than 20, so let's do that. So I spot him. That's a clean 20 milliradian, I think. .38.5. Yeah. Yeah, let's make that a little larger. Why don't we? .38.5. Still too far away. I'm not gonna shoot that. At least not now. Yeah, these are all coasters. I don't really care about them, if I'm gonna be completely honest. The attractive target is the tanker, and that's it. That one right there. That's unattractive, same as that. That's a Liberty ship. That is maybe a C3, so these two are interesting as well. But I don't think we'll have time to hunt them with that corvette looming over there. And I can't really dive away because it's too shallow here. So, not happy about that. So for the guys that are in for the first time, actually, let me get a fresh cup of coffee and then I'll give you a I'll properly introduce myself.
Schraubengeräusch. Kriegsschiff. Peilung 125 Grad.
So, here I am, hello. My name is Weight Loss Games. If you're wondering what games have to do with weight loss, let me explain that to you. Usually I stream VR games on my VR treadmill, so I do sports while playing video games. And that has helped me lose a lot of weight, and I'm trying to lose a lot more. So if that's something you're interested in, shoot me a follow. At the moment now, I'm changing my apartment, so I've already disassembled my VR treadmill, and I can't really do that. So for the foreseeable future, at least a month, there's going to be a lot of U-Boat on this channel, and a lot of Sea Power and any other naval games, because obviously with my background being an ex-Navy officer, this is something that I enjoy a lot, and maybe you find that interesting as well. And I promise, if you follow me for my U-Boat content, I will not stop doing it. There will be more of this, that's for sure. You can watch everything. I'm on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. And on YouTube, obviously, the streams stay up forever. So if you want to look at some of the old stuff, it's all on there. And the main focus is... at the moment for the VR side of things is Fallout 4 in VR, because I've never played that before. So that's a blind playthrough. And yeah, I have to walk everywhere because we don't play with fast travel. So you'll get to maybe see a different perspective on the old Fallout. Ah, welcome Sturm. And thanks for the likes on YouTube, guys. Very much appreciated. Helps me push ye old algorithm, and that's very welcome. So, what's that corvette doing? I think she's lost contact. She's not following our hydrophone signal. She's going to where we were when we dived, I think. So maybe we get to attack multiple targets here. So let's do another distance check. That's 30, I think. I don't want to freeze the time in game because I think that's cheating. Yeah, that's 30 milliradian. Okay, so for 30, we look at our trusty chart. This one on the right column. The 3 down on the right side because we're in the zoom in. 35.4 hundredths meters. So you can see we're getting closer and the bearing's not drifting. So this is a good attack. We can keep this going for a while. We want to get up as close as possible just to make sure that we don't miss. And obviously we're going to shoot a salvo. We can set that up already. Salvo out of tube 1 and 4. Because those are our T1s. Yeah, these are both maintained, so we might as well already plug this. Gonna set those to 44 knots. And obviously magnet. And we're gonna set that to 7.5 meters. Yep. Maybe 7. Now we're gonna try 7.5. Let's risk it. 7.5 meters, salvo, bow, that is all set. Now we're gonna set the target length to 100 meters, just so we can get the salvo spread a bit lower, because there is a bit of a bug with the salvo spread angle. So you can see it says manual salvo angle, automatic gyro angle, but if I try to decrease it, it always goes back up. I cannot change the salvo spread angle, and if I set it to the other angle where it says Streuwinkel from Hand, so that would mean manual angle. Now I can change the angle, but now it also turned the gyro receiver off. So stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I'm gonna set everything to automatic and just use the torpedo, the target length, to decrease the spread angle. So you can see right here, if I set it to 200 meters, the spread angle is 3.1 degrees, and if I put it down to 100 meters, it's 1.5. So it's a kind of a workaround, you know. Not perfect, but what can you do? Destroyer Command. I've never heard of that. I only ever played Destroyer the U-Boat Hunter, and that was a bit of a letdown, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'm currently also playing a lot of Sea Power, because that is the closest to what I'm used to when it comes to naval warfare, even though that's like 70s, 60s, maybe 80s destroyers. But at least there's some form of missiles, and like no other naval game seems to want to do missiles, even though that's more important. Like I know it from when we had tourist groups on board or like visitors and whatever. Everybody's always super interested about the main gun, but it's not really that important anymore. You don't really use it as much. It's a last grid defense weapon. Nowadays everything's about missiles. Or SM2s and ESSMs and RGM-84s. And until a few years ago, MM-38s. I was actually, during my time when I was an enlisted sailor, early in my career, that was the time when the Navy wanted to get rid of the MM-38s to replace them with Harpoon on the F123 class. And so it was cheaper to just fire them instead of decommissioning them, because then they would be, you know, dangerous goods and all that, old fuel and explosives and all that. So we just shot them all into Biscay. That was awesome, because the MM-38s launched directly from the stern of the bridge. So I was working on the bridge always, and so they would just, the missiles were blasted out basically 10 meters behind our back. That was bloody awesome. What even are good naval games these days? Yeah, you're asking the correct question. I would say Sea Power, hands down. Sea Power is pretty awesome. War on the Sea is pretty good, but it's not modern naval warfare, you know? Right, I think we can slow down probably.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
And we spot our target on the zoom in. At 70 milliradian. So have a look on our chart. 50, 60, 70. That's 15.2. That's pretty good. Right, let's get a speed check going. So the way this works is we want to decrease our speed to as little as possible, which is dead slow ahead. If I stop completely, then my boat is going to be twisted around by the waves. So we're gonna accept the little error that's gonna be in there because we ourselves are going 3 knots. So we want this ship to pass our periscope line, and then we're gonna take the length of the ship and divide it by the time, and that gives us the enemy speed in meters per second. And then we're gonna turn that into knots by multiplying it by 1.902. Click, that's 62 seconds. So we've already put the length in the calculator. 62 equals 2.45 times 1.902 equals 4.7. The convoy is going 4.7 knots, likely 5 knots. Set that, and increase speed again.
Schneller, schneller!
Right, another range check. Get that as accurate as possible. Looks like 80 to me. You could do it with the length as well, but let's do it with the mast height. Yeah, looks more like 90 now. So 90 milliradian on the zoom in, 11.8. Looking better and better by the second. And the angle on bow is a red 75. Can I turn that off, please? I guess I'm not allowed. Okay. Yeah, okay, now we're getting really,
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
really close. That's 120 milliradian, 890 meters. Lovely. Angle on bow, red 80, and that's a good firing position. They're both happy. Salvo spread 6.5, torpedoes are set to 7.5 and magnetic, I hope. Yes, they are. That should be fine. Now with the salvo, we don't want to aim anywhere specific, we want to aim at the center line of the ship. And launch.
Los.
Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag.
That one's gonna miss, probably.
Erkaloin. 30 Sekunden.
That one's probably gonna hit. No, that one's missing as well. Or is it? I think the speed value is off. I think they're going faster than this. Yeah, it's gonna hit.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Schwere Schäden. Fehlschuss.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna hit this one, but probably not. And even if it does, it's probably too deep for it.
Ja?
Yeah, it's gonna miss. Okay, never mind. Now, serious damage sounds good. Maybe they'll abandon ship. And then, Richard, you can start reloading. That's a coaster. Yeah, that's a Liberty ship. I want that. There's the the corvette. Seems to have no idea where we are. Brilliant. Right, and while he's reloading, you're gonna get on command. Actually, you'll get on the periscope, you get on command, because you need experience, because you're the newest recruit here. In this...
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
on this boat.
Alles klar. Ich werde mich darum kümmern.
Funkraum besetzen. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Yeah, I really noticed the crew missing. I'm short on sailors here. Need to go home soon. So now does that mean they load the torpedo 30% faster because the dudes are in the CIC? And then plus the 33% that he gets anyway because he's a torpedo loading expert. That's pretty good.
Rohr 1 geladen.
I mean, kinda have to, don't I? Nah, torpedoes are expensive. This one, though, I could probably get him with a stern tube.
Kurs 3, 2, 6.
And 20 degrees to starboard, because that's the offset that we had from earlier. And this one is coming right for my torpedo line. Probably have to stop in order to get him. Yeah, look at how fast he is. Jesus, already halfway there. Yeah, let's set up the stern shot then. 5, salvo off. Stern receiver. Is the one in tube 5 maintained? No, it's not. Oh, you can operate the torpedo data computer. That's excellent. Then I don't need the leader character for that. I started on a Type 2, but now we're on the Type 7 Charlie. So, parallax mode backward. Don't think we have time to maintain it, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna try it anyway. Because the great thing is, if you can't make it in time, you can just abort the task and the torpedo is immediately back in the tube. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's unrealistic as hell, but it's cool. Or rather, it helps me. They'll probably fix it at some point. Oh, he's quick. Look at that. So, let's have a look. See here, that's a coaster. 21 meters of mast height, so we need the short. No, not that one. That one. I wonder if I'll encounter the bug again. That's 120 on the zoom in. So that means 640 meters distance. We're gonna assume the speed to be... Oh, what did we have earlier on the calculator? 4.7. Seems to be a bit short, so we're gonna do 6 knots. And the angle on bow. Well done. Angle on bow is a green 80. There we go.
Schraubengeräusch. Handelsschiff. Peilung 90 Grad.
Yeah, that looks good. Oh, torpedo depth. 3.5. Jesus, I would have shot underneath that. 3.5. Magnetic pistol. There we go. And launch. Now I wonder if that's gonna go in the wrong direction again. That happens a lot, and I don't know why that is. Nope, that looks good. That looks very good.
Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. Sekunden.
Oh, a little bit low. I'm gonna have to do another speed check. Probably more like 7. Oh, and it's a dud. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Yeah, duds really hurt when you play like this.
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
So that was our first shot with the new and improved T3. Gotta say, not impressed.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
I could probably deck gun them all, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's another... Oh no, wait, there's the Corvette. Never mind. I was just thinking that with the Sims destroyer gone, and I don't think any of them have any weapons, I could just surface and get them, but no, there's still a Corvette there. Yeah, you can track the torpedo. You can click on your the dude that's manning the periscope, and then in the contact list there's the torpedo. And that one, yeah, that one has reached the end of its runtime. And the other one was a dud. Oh no, that one properly was the dud. Sank to the bottom, did not detonate. Ah, there it is. I thought, where did my Liberty ship go? There it is. I'm a T1 stan, I'm gonna be honest. T1 has never let me down. Also this one seems to volunteer for a hit.
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
What do we have in the tubes? That's a T3, that's a T1, that's a T3. Only a... oh, there's a T1. T1 and 3. Can I shoot 1 and 3 in a salvo together? Yes, I can. Okay. Then this one's gonna be tube 2, I think. Bow receiver. Parallax correction mode forward. Now distance on the zoom out, so we have to use the left side of the column. It's gonna be 5 very soon, so that's 390 meters. That's very close.
Kleine Fahrt zurück. Oder Mitschiffs.
Right, angle on bow is a red, I don't know, 75 at the moment. We can use this. We can do a speed check here though. Its length is 78.65.
Alle Maschinen, stopp!
$78.65 divided by 19 seconds equals 4.13 times 1.902 equals 8 knots. That makes sense. Torpedo speed is set to 30, yes. Another distance check. 50, that's already what we already set it to. Angle on bow, red 80. We have set it to tube number 2. Flood tube 2. 350 is fine, I think. Yes. Yes. Magnetic pistol, everything's set. Okay.
Rohr 2 bewässert.
Tube 2. Launch!
40 Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag. 30 Sekunden.
Now that looks good. Don't be a dud. I swear to God.
20 Sekunden.
Oh, that's gonna be right where we aimed. Right underneath the wheelhouse. Nice!
Schwere Schäden.
Nice. Right, next volunteer. Where's that corvette? Has no idea where we are. No idea whatsoever.
Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
I have a feeling that she's going a lot slower though.
Geräusch. Handelsschiff. Peilung
Herr Kanoin,
110 Grad.
eingehendes Funktelegramm.
Yeah, corvette's not coming for us. We can do whatever we want over here.
Sie gehen unter.
Perfekt. Einer weniger. Ja, Herr Kaloi, ich kümmere mich darum.
Get those torpedoes warmed up.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Yeah, he's a
Torpedorohr
lot
3
slower.
gewartet. Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Right, you're in the CIC? Yes, you are. Very good. Okay. So, that is a Liberty ship, I think. Yes, it is. Mast height is 26.5, so we can do 27. Come on. There we go. 27 meters. And I spot him on the zoom in. Nah, let's do the zoom out. The 1.5 magnification is 40 milliradian, but it's gonna be 50, I'm sure. The 40 milliradian would be 620. Let's just quickly set that. 620, there we go. Speed. It's gonna be a bit tricky with the waves, but we're gonna try it anyway. Length of that vessel is 135.3. He's slow. He's really slow. "65 minutes, 65 seconds, 67, let's say. 2.01 times 1.902 equals 3.8 knots, 4 knots. I'll do another check on that. Yeah, it's probably accurate. So you see, we see him now at 15 degrees on the starboard side, so it's nearly almost directly ahead of us. And yeah, already half a minute until we reached his wheelhouse. Very slow. "65, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 71. Even slower than that. 1.902 equals 3.6 knots. And I have to get away from him because he's really, really close. Yeah, on the zoom out, I spot him at 70 milliradian. 50, 60, 70, so that's 350 meters. That's very, very close. Right. One and 3. Salvo set. Torpedo speed is 44. That's our last T1s. Blood tube 1 and 3. Torpedo depth 7.5. Angle on bow red 75. 3.6, 350 meters. Probably more now. Yes. 50 milliradian, 500 meters, that's better. Both engines stop.
Alle Maschinen, stopp.
And tube 1 and 3 launch.
Los. 40 Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag. 30 Sekunden. Herr Kaloin. 30 Sekunden.
No, these will probably hit. Second one definitely, first one hopefully.
Bis Einschlag. Schäden.
Wir wissen, wie es geht. Drehen wir den Spieß gegen diese Jäger um.
Sinkendes Wrack. 225 Grad.
Oh, now they're interested. Now they're shooting illumination to this guy. Interesting.
Kleine Fahrt, voraus.
Ah, to starboard.
Ruder, hart Steuerbord.
Now, let's see. This one is definitely going down, that's for sure. The coaster, I think, already sank. What about that tanker? Did we get that? I don't think we did. I think that's her over there. Still going. So I'll need to re-engage. I want to get that tanker. That's a really, really juicy target. Lots of tons on that. Yeah, she's turning towards us. Wow, okay.
Oder Mitschiffs.
So she didn't care when I sank all the coasters and fired torpedoes at the tanker, but that Liberty ship, now it's personal or something, I don't know. And I think she's going down. Look at how much she's listing already.
Ja?
Yeah. Oh, and they have weapons. So yeah, I couldn't have taken them with the deck gun. Never mind that. Surely they will evacuate soon.
Die Besatzung evakuiert.
There we go. I got an achievement. Sink 86,700 GRT in a single patrol and crack U-107's record. Oh, okay. So I guess that's the best war patrol historically, and this one has just been better than that. Yeah, it's because of those T2s, man. Those T2s are massive tonnage, and we sank 2 of them in New York, just docked in the harbor. We kind of cheated with that, let's be honest. And only 2.5% of players have that achievement, guys. I know you can do better. Get on it. Oh, we just spotted all the guns, yeah. And the radio tower probably up here. Oh, okay. There it is. More guns. Ah, these things have a lot of guns. So what do they have? They have an artillery cannon up there. Anti-air guns up there. 2 more anti-air guns in the stern. And another artillery gun. Or a deck gun. Yeah, I think it's because we've come to the, like, I've seen Liberties in 1941 already, some of them, and they were all unarmed. I think it's really like the effort once they really start getting into the convoys and arming the ships around the end of 1941 and beginning 1942. So I like that the game actually portrays that correctly. I'm assuming that the C3s will now also be armed to the teeth from now on. Because I always saw them with their platforms in the back, and I was wondering why they didn't put any guns on there. I'm guessing that will definitely be a thing now. Yeah, look at how low she's in the water. She's going down, for sure. Plus, it's very shallow here. We might as well dive for some goodies. Although, maybe not a good idea to dive right in their shipping lane where they amass their convoys. I don't think I will be undisturbed here. Come on, just sink. I hate you fair and square. Sink. Is she already abandoned? I think she is. Engines off, definitely. Well, that's part of the UI. Okay, cool. So, Just to make sure. How many torpedoes do we still have? 2. Okay.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloi?
I mean, it's enough to sink that tanker. Yeah. Yeah, I think the time for the deck gun is pretty much over. Early war, that was the time to use the deck gun. At this point, it's pretty much over. I might as well take it off, but I don't think I will because I like it looks sort of nice, and I'm simple like that. Although it will use drag. Yeah, I think she's done for.
Höhenbruch! Sie sinken!
There we go. Yeah, now we need to wait for the Corvette to lose interest, and then we can go after that tanker. Because I don't think it'll be able to keep up.
Rohr 1 geladen.
Come on, you don't really want to hunt me. You want to go back and save your convoy. That's what you want to do. Plus, you don't even know where I am. You're just guessing. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Kurs 225. Schneller, schneller!
Schraubengeräusche. Kriegsschiffe, kleine Gruppe. 205 Grad.
Warships in 205? Yeah, I'll definitely not dive here. With my diver, I mean. Nothing's visible though. How far away are they?
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle. Schraubengeräusch.
26 to 43 miles. Okay, never mind then.
200 Grad.
Now, where's that Corvette gone? That's it, right there. Wait for her to disappear behind the horizon, and then we're gonna surface.
Schneller, schneller!
Schraubengeräusche. Mittlerer Konvoi. Peilung 200 Grad. Schraubengeräusch. Kriegsschiff. Peilung 205 Grad.
She doesn't really want to leave.
Handelsschiff. Peilung 205 Grad.
Okay, in that case we'll leave. Let's do 45 degrees to
Kurs
port.
190.
And 45 degrees to starboard.
Kurs
We're already on
3,
full
6.
speed. No, we're not. Now we're on full speed and surface the boat.
Anblasen.
Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter.
There we go. Very nice. Cancel the alarm.
Alarm beenden. Auf diese Motorenachse. Zeit für eine Auszeit.
Now let's catch up with that tanker. I want that tanker. Yeah, first part of the mission is done. We get our third milk cow. Very, very nice. And we're gonna park that right here. Surely that tanker is not able to keep up. Let's increase our offset a little bit.
Kurs 201.
I don't want to get spotted by them again. Is he right behind the antenna again? Yes, he is. I don't know how I always manage to do this.
Kurs 196.
Gotta keep an eye on him.
Kurs 236.
I guess he can keep up. I don't think he left the convoy. That's unfortunate. Thought I would have easy pickings with him. Oh, electric compressor, please.
Kompressor einschalten.
Yes. What's the galley looking like? Still fine? Good. Yeah, I guess I have to overtake the entire convoy again just to get that tanker. I did it again! Oh, that's really close by now. I guess their course isn't 235. Their course is more like 20 degrees more southerly than that. Yeah, it's not in front of my periscope, it's in front of my UZO, so... And I mean, you should be able to retract that antenna. I don't think we'll use the what's it called, the DF? Yeah, the DF antenna whilst we're surfaced. I can click on it for some reason.
Funkraum besetzen.
Yeah, I should probably send that report anyway.
Funktelegramm gesendet. Horchraum besetzen.
Is that the Corvette? I thought it was further back. Maybe it caught up with it finally. It's a very bright night as well. Midnight. I can clearly see everything. Beautiful. Right, I think now we can do 20 degrees to starboard.
Kurs 222.
Yeah, the tanker did not sink. Still there.
Kurs 243. Kurs 263.
Mark 1 brain. Ah, don't put yourself down, that's fine. Now, where do we have that convoy? There.
Konvoi in Sicht.
Yeah.
Peilung,
Calm down.
90 Grad.
Yeah, I think it's time for engagement. We spot them pretty much starboard side abreast, so let's go at them 45 degrees and then another 45 degrees once we're closer.
9.
Might even shoot from the surface here. There it is. That's what we're here for. Oh, Corvette, where are you? Still over the horizon, up back there. And all the others are just coasters, and they don't have any. They don't have any weaponry. Oh, maybe I could shoot this and then go for the other ones with a deck gun until the Corvette arrives, and we have to dive away. Might be an idea. What's the depth? Get as many kills as possible before we go home. Still less than 100 meters. Yep, that's a no. And another 45 degrees. Let's go.
Kurs 354.
Now the problem is that the spyglass on the UZO, it has a ×7 magnification, but my range chart is for ×6 and ×1.5 magnification, so it's not really. I can't really do range checks and speed checks with it. That's the tanker. 20 degrees. What did I do there?
Kurs 319.
Yeah. Yeah. Right in front of the forward wheelhouse is always a good place to hit. With any ship really, because then when the explosion collapses underneath the vessel, that's the place where the ship is the heaviest. So it'll most likely snap the ship in half as it gets sucked into that. Yeah, that's a ×7 magnification, you can see it up there. I will have to use the periscope anyway.
Standseerohr besetzen.
I mean, we can use length for once. What's the length of the T3? T2, sorry. The T2 is 150 meters long. I'd say that's 50. So we're down here on the magnification. Yes. Yeah. 6.8 kilometers. 1 milliradian on the other scale. Yeah, let's put both up just to we can get a very accurate reading like this. Oh man, that's good to hear. You should absolutely play it. It's a brilliant game. And the mast height is 29 meters. Okay, let's get the other one as well. Oof, there we are. No, I'm not using a mod. I'm using the I'm using screenshots from another game, from Wolfpack. I've even printed them out myself. Is there a mod for them? That would make it easier. Now, why are you turning? Are you turning? Yeah, I think that's 1 milliradian or something like that, so that's, yeah, 10 kilometers or 5.2 kilometers, something like that. Very, very far away. Not good. Plus, why are you all of a sudden at 90 degrees? Weren't you at 45 just a second ago?
Kurs 4.
They've turned. There it is. Yeah, they've turned.
Alle Maschinen. Stopp.
Now they're coming
Auf See.
into a good angle.
Station.
Auf die Station. Anlauf beginnt.
Diesel besetzen. Standseerohr besetzen. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Ja, Herr Kaloin, ich kümmere mich darum.
Oh yes, it is. The modding community is amazing.
Boot für Rundblick eingesteuert.
I've got a few mods running on this as well. I've got no collisions between crew members, so you can get everywhere because you always find a way to shove past each other, let's be honest. And then I've got the engine auto telegraph sound fix because I don't like that buzzer. And I think I've got a third one, but I can't remember what that's for. I don't have the engine RPM fix anymore because the devs fixed that themselves. Like it's minor things that I'm using mods for, nothing major. What was the third one that I can't think of now at the moment? I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Ja? Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
That one's so far away. I need to let that coaster pass and then slip in there.
Kleine Fahrt voraus. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Alles klar, ich werde mich darum kümmern.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Thank you. Yeah, so we know that they're all going the same course. So he's now directly in front of me, and I see him at bow angle to the left, and something like 20 off 90, so 70, maybe 15. So we're just gonna do 15 degrees to port,
Kurs
and then that should put us at a 90-degree angle when they're in front of us. Yeah, looks good. So now with that, we pretty much know their course. Their course is 350 minus 90, so that's 260. And there's our target. Look at him blend in. Jesus. You almost don't see him. Right. Magnification on 6. And that's 12 degrees. So we look on our little length chart here. That's 5, 10, 12, 28.6. So 2.8 kilometers. Now we do need a speed check on this. And it's too far away, we need to close in the distance
Äußerste Kraft
quickly,
voraus.
because he's already at 20 degrees. Ah, we could have used the coaster as a speed check. Damn it. Yeah, the buzzer is really, really loud. I don't like that. I do like a classic engine auto telegraph a lot more. Yeah, we're getting closer. So now on the zoom out, I spot him at 40 degrees. 21.5. think that's what we have it set to anyway. No. Yeah, we're getting there. Give us... Oh, we can flood the tubes already. Torpedo depth is set correctly. Magnetic pistol, please. And I'm gonna use a manual... spread angle this time. Yeah, it's now 20 degrees on the zoom in. 17.2. Still need a speed value though. And let's check the other one. On the zoom in, 120 milliradian. 50, 100, 120, 8.9. Probably that can't be right. Well, the length is slightly skewed, obviously, because we see him at an angle. On the zoom out, 8 degrees. .7. That's odd that we get such drastically different values. Frontal mast is higher. He really blends in well. Look at him, I almost can't see him. It's 150, 160 on the zoom in. 710. Okay, okay. Yeah, I need a speed value.
Alle Maschinen, stopp!
Click. Length is 152.5. Divided by his time. $15, 20, 25. Oh, the wheelhouse is just coming into view now. And click, that's 44 seconds. Times 1.902 equals 6.6 knots. There we go. Give us some speed.
Kleine Fahrt, voraus.
Angle on bow is pretty much red 90. And on the zoom out, 60 milliradian. .440 meters. Torpedo spread is set to 11 degrees. We're not gonna do that. Let's do 6. And launch. Why? Are they not flooded? They are flooded. Yeah, I know. Oh, come on. alpine, then we don't get a manual angle. One of the selected tubes is not flooded. Yeah, okay, thanks. But they are flooded. 1 and 3. Oh, 1 and 4. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, that's lost.
Äußerste
Hard
Kraft
port.
vor
We're
Ruder,
gonna re-engage.
Hard Backbord.
Ah.
Ruder
Let's
mittschiffs.
just hope that I'm quicker underwater. 10 knots. Yeah, I should be able to re-engage that.
Kurs 2, 5, 3.
Now we know they're going 260, so we're gonna parallel that.
Kurs 2, 6, 0.
Maybe not.
Kurs
Maybe more like
2,
250.
5, 0. Kurs 2, 3,
Get some distance
0.
between us. Okay, new course 340.
Kurs 3, 4, 0.
These are both flooded, yes. That was dumb. That was so dumb.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Now, new distance, frontal mast is higher, I think. On the zoom in, we have him at 90 milliradian. That's 11.8. There we go. Seven on the other, on the zoom out. 5, 6, 7. 12.3. That's pretty much in the ballpark there. Now the speed should still be set. 6.6. Yeah, we're gonna use that. We're gonna use that. Not gonna do another speed check, I think. His mast is now at 140 milliradian on the zoom in. $11.8. Probably gonna have to switch to the zoom out soon. Although it's really hard to see him like this. Yeah, here we are. Okay. One final range check. 12 degrees on the zoom out. 720 meters. Set. Aim a bit in front of him, so the gyro angle is happy. Manual. Decrease the angle down to 3. That looks good. Torpedoes both are selected. Okay, launch.
Los!
Oh, that doesn't look good. Kinda. The second one is probably going to be the better hit.
30 Sekunden. Feuer an Deck. Schwere Schäden.
Yeah, she's gone.
Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Immediately
Schwere Schäden.
evacuated, yeah. Hard to stop it.
Ruder, hart Steuerbord.
Both hit, I think.
Sie gehen unter.
Ooh.
Einer weniger.
Yeah, that gives results. Okay, boys, time to go home. We have been out here long enough.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
And it'll just take us a casual 2 weeks to get out of here. And there's the Corvette. What are you planning?
Ruder, hart Backbord.
Herr Kaloin, wir wurden entdeckt.
Ruder, hart Steuerbord.
That was close.
Bleibt wachsam, aber keine Panik. Wir machen das schon.
Eine Pause wäre jetzt angebracht.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Who wants a break? Oh, Angler.
Herr Kapitän,
Yeah, it's got some coffee for you, sir. Back on your periscope.
Ihre Befehle, Herr
No
Kaloin.
breaks.
Standseerohr besetzen.
That's curtains for Glorietta. Yeah, absolutely. Glorietta sunk. She's gone. Pretty certain that that's the Corvette back there. I'm not gonna surface. With that ramming that they attempted here, I mean they didn't see me, but still, I still take offense. I really want to surface and shoot them with the deck gun, but I'm probably not gonna do that.
Funkraum besetzen.
Now where did that Corvette go? I just saw her.
Herr Kapitän.
That's gonna be it. 136. No, that's on the starboard side. Never mind. Yeah, that's just that one. Okay. Where did that Corvette? There it is. There it is. 280. Okay. Yeah, she has no idea where we are. Yeah, not even looking for us, I don't think. She just searchlight on for a few seconds there and then turned them off, and now she's just following the convoy again. Why did we just list like that? Okay, I thought we ran across a wreck or something. That would have sucked. Okay. Good enough for me. Where's that? Once we're clear, we're gonna surface and head home. There she is. Yep, I think we're safe. Okay. Surface the boat.
Anblasen.
Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Both engines head hard.
Halbe Fahrt. Voraus.
Cancel the alarm.
Beenden.
You go to bed.
Herr Kapitän.
You man your station, but you give up your sailor. You man your station. You man your station, and you guys go to bed.
Zeit für eine Auszeit.
There we go. Yeah, Angler, you definitely need another coffee, because you still got 3 hours of watch ahead of you, and well, tired as hell, because we've been pretty much on battle stations
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
since a few days. No, don't repair the tower. What the fuck? You're not an engineer. Climb down. That's what we want. We need new coffee.
Zeit für eine Auszeit.
Right. And Chief, you are still pretty... You're still pretty motivated. Why don't you get some repairs going?
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Alright, repair that. That AA gun.
Herr Kaloin.
Kurs setzen.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
Oh, and Rossmann, get on the radio
Funkraum besetzen.
and send that report. Yeah, I agree. Like the overall aesthetic of the game is just brilliant. They nailed that.
Herr Kaloin. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
And then keep one spare part for emergencies. Actually, wouldn't he have made more scrap metal from that? Yes, he did. Well, then you can get back to welding.
Ja. Bestätige.
Yeah, 3 spare parts, and we only have the tower to repair, which I'm not gonna do. Let the dry dock boys worry about that. Yeah, so in that case we have 3 more spare parts should anything bad happen. Turn on the electric compressor, please. Actually, don't. Charles, calm down. No need for you to stand up, get up from the bow and turn it off. I think that's all the way in the stern. I can just have one of my guys do it. There we go. Food is still looking good. So I like to think that we're having bratwurst bread rolls with a bit of shredded cheese and some onions. How does that sound, huh? I mean, we could increase it. We could make pork. We could add some bacon on that. But apart from that, it's pretty perfect. Yeah, get back on that radar warning receiver. What's the headquarters doing? Nothing. That's okay. Yes, let's head home. So that's a distance of 3,800 miles. Divided by 14 knots. Divided by 24 hours is 11 days and, well, 0.3. $18 hours. No, that's not 18 hours. What am I calculating here? $7.2 hours. Yeah. So that would be 10 a.m. That would be perfect. It's obviously not going to be 10 a.m. because the weather is going to throw around our speed a little bit. But I would like to arrive at 10 a.m. because with the amount of tonnage that we did on this trip alone, we're definitely going to get a hero's welcome, I think. That was a very, very long war patrol. 50 days, 7 hours, and we're only on the way back. These guys should have fatigue already. Yeah, -10. I'm gonna definitely, immediately gonna send them back on the next shore leave. That was a long war patrol. Not really. I mean, I'm pretty upgraded. The only thing we got was, oh, we're gonna get the accumulators in 10 days. Okay, so we're gonna do that. But apart from that, all the other upgrades that were happening in the meantime were the new torpedoes.
Eines unserer U-Boote hat soeben ein mögliches Ziel innerhalb unserer Reichweite gemeldet.
Don't care, we don't have any torpedoes.
Ein Boot ein mögliches Ziel in unserer Nähe gemeldet.
Right, so at this point we can start properly planning when we will arrive. So we're going 13 knots and we have 259 miles remaining. 259 divided by 13 knots is 19.9 hours, so in 20 hours we will arrive. So we've got 17 pretty much, plus 20, minus 24. We're gonna arrive at midday, 1300 hours, so that's pretty good. Lovely weather we're having though.
Herr Kaloin,
Man, we went out in early January and we're coming back at the middle of March. Damn.
Herr Kaloin, wir befinden uns in
Well,
flachen
they'll have
Gewässern.
beards by now.
Kurs setzen.
And there they load the harbor. Very good. There we are. Oh, and they built the U-boat pens in my absence. Well, not the U-boat pens, but the protected lock. So that's good. God, what horrible weather. Yeah, there it is. New blockhouse.
Ja. Lenzpumpe einschalten. Ruder 5 Grad. Steuerbord. Ruder an Steuerbord.
Man, the rough swell is really throwing off my boat a lot. Thankfully, once we're through the lock, it's gonna be less than that.
Rudergänger 5 Grad. Steuerbord. Langsame Fahrt voraus.
Well, after the breakwater, it should already be a bit better. God, what rotten weather. Absolutely horrible. Yeah, the ones in Lorient, they're absolutely insane, right? They're like very, very extensive.
Oder Mittschiffs.
I still want to go there. Didn't they have like a turntable there?
Rudergänger. 15
Put the U-boats on rails as a whole and then put them on a turntable to drive them to wherever shipyard they need to go and stuff like that. It's insane what they built in Lorient.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
It actually doesn't rain underneath here. That's awesome. He immediately got out of his bad weather gear. That's hilarious. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Ruder hart backboard.
Thanks for that. They are massive, yeah. I know that there was a map for Company of Heroes once for Lorient, and I looked at that, and you basically fight through the U-boat dockyards there. And I looked at that and said, that can't be right. And then I looked it up, and yeah, it's absolutely correct. These dockyards, they are immense.
Ruder Mittschiffs.
Did they expand? And he immediately goes off the bridge, man. These NPCs, once you let them go of control, they immediately do what they want. Worse than The Sims. And he switched back into his bad weather gear. I love that. So hang on, let me have a look, see here. Yeah, they expanded on that. These are all new here, over here. Used to be solid land here. They've added 3 new bunkers. And once again, he immediately abandoned the bridge.
Kurs 7-9.
Yeah, well, apparently when you arrive in bad weather, you don't get a hero's welcome or anything. Like the Navy Music Corps doesn't want to get their instruments to be wet or something, I don't know. Or maybe they will be standing on that pier over there, I don't... Well, let's see. Let's not discredit them so early. I don't know about that. I'll have to look that up. I mean, would make sense, wouldn't it? Make new course 077.
Kurs 7-8. Kurs 7-8. Kurs 7-6. Kurs 7-7.
Also, it's nice to arrive in harbor without there being a harbor raid. It's always the local bar. Yeah, yeah. We don't get a if we don't get an official celebration, we'll just celebrate amongst ourselves. That's for sure. Still pretty rough seas for the main basin here. Very, very horrible weather. Couldn't have arrived at a worse date. But at least, no planes. Fuel down to 25%, even though we refueled, I think, twice on this trip. Yeah, that was a very, very long war patrol. And the midships. Yeah, exactly. Last time they got us on the way out, well, that actually was a bad omen for the whole war patrol, because it all started with an air raid, but we got lucky up. We didn't get destroyed in that. And there we are, safe and sound.
Alle Maschinen, stopp!
Yeah, and with the calm seas, the boat immediately accelerated 2 more knots. Ooh, there we are. There we are. Let's report to the harbor officer. I don't actually know. Must be more than 25. Because we got the silver front clasp. Can I look that up in the journal, maybe? Mission number 29. There we go. So that's the 29th mission of this war. Oh, actually, it saves all of the missions. You can look at everything. That's awesome. Huh. But they're always sent to U-737. That's wrong. The first mission was with U-4. Then we switched to U-150. Yeah, it's just because of the weather. Horrible, horrible weather. They even have the lighthouse still going. And obviously it's February. March, sorry. Horrible.
BDU ist von Ihrer letzten Unternehmung sehr beeindruckt. Solide Arbeit, Herr Kommandant.
Yeah, I'd hope so. So, Richard May, he joined us late, did he? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, is it because one of my engineers died or something? I can't remember. It's been so long. Iron Cross First Class for Limekühler. Our chief didn't have an EK1? What? Oh, good for you then. Rossmann saved a lot of lives, yeah. Our medic. He carried wounded Max Fischer to safety. Max Fischer, unfortunately, will have to leave the boat because he needs to be hospitalized. And there we go. First chapter of this is complete. And we're well on the way until the next one. Yeah. Our sources inform us that that ship was headed from Key West to New York. Well, she was in New York. Boston to Halifax, yeah, that's... Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a... Like I said, a long patrol. And if you've just tuned in, I just got a Steam achievement for this. Apparently, we did better than any historical commander did ever. So the highest war patrol sank 68,700 GRT, and just on this trip we did 102,000. And we got a new leader character for that. Nice. Yeah, we did sink a destroyer as well, the Black Swan class destroyer, and then later a Sims class. So that worked out very, very well. U-196, which only had 14 war patrols. Yeah, but then again, I did all of those war patrols on different boats. So you have to take that into account. On this boat, we haven't done that many. And if I look into the leaderboard, we had U-76 for a while. We had U-373, which is where we're on right now. We almost overtook 76. We had U-150. We did a few more patrols on that, and we had U-4. So yeah, it's not all on U-373. Right, first things first. We got hospitalized sailors. Max Fischer and Franz Leis. We have to get them out of the crew roster. Max Fischer and Franz Leis. Where's Max Fischer? Max Fischer, where are you? There we go. So one missing from starboard watch and one missing from port watch. That's actually not too bad.
Herr Kommandant, dies könnten Ihre neuen Besatzungsmitglieder sein. Möchten Sie Ihre Akten einsehen?
Max Ebeling we can take. And we'll need a new one. No, there we go. Eduard Erzfeld. Erzfeld and what was the other one? Ebeling. Erzfeld and Ebeling. And then Erzfeld, where is he? There. That should give us specialization points. Yeah, okay, I've got 6 available, but I need to figure out who's a Seawolf first. Because I don't want to give cowards any specialization. I love that the hospitalization is tracked in seconds. That's hilarious. Good. Okay, so first of all, send the crew on shore leave. The French chateau, peak. And then whilst you guys are away, well, first of all, Egela is, he got promoted. And when officer is assigned to command station, the strength growth on the ship is slowed by 10%. Yeah, but I don't want that. I need to find out who's Seawolf, so we're gonna keep that in the back burner. But focus, I think, is a good skill to have for any leader character. Fuel, okay, and then we need resupply, obviously. I need a decoy, that's for sure, and I think 3 medkits. And, well, vegetables we're gonna get later. Pork, fruit, sausages. Ammunition is still looking good. We need to refuel, and we need new torpedoes. I like the T1s. Yeah, we can take fats, that's no problem. Looking good. And a T3 for the stern. Also a fat, please, thank you. Yes. And then we're off duty for 20 days. Except for the CO. For example, for some reason the CO never goes on holiday.
Zeit für eine Auszeit.
Zeit für eine Auszeit.
Yeah, they all go on vacation. Bye, guys. Right. Headquarters. What are we looking at? Conning Towers T2 in 11 days. I want that new tower.
Benötigen Sie... Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
But first of all, continue the resupply. I need my decoy.
Bestätige.
And Engler needs his medkits.
Herr Kapitän?
You guys are all equipped? Yeah, and then we need spare parts urgently.
Ja?
Ja.
Benötigen... Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
Spare parts. More sausages. We can probably get rid of the canned bread. Who needs that? And take some vegetables. More fruits. And no cheese in France, unfortunately. And some torpedoes have been loaded and they've probably done it wrong.
Ja?
Let's check that. T1, T1, T3, T3. I mean, I can live with that. But I'd really like another T1 in there.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloy. Rohr 3 entladen.
So put in a T1 fat. I've got my lovely paint job on. I'm gonna keep that. I wish there were more conning tower icons, because out of the ones that you can choose from, I don't really love any of them.
Rohr 3 geladen.
Right, let's get that one out. And replace that with a fat.
Rohr 4 entladen.
There we go. I just loaded. You don't need to maintain it any. Oh, and we need coffee. Definitely. It's funny that you mentioned beer. Sometimes you can have a random event that you get champagne in the storage cabinet.
Herr Kapitän?
Oh,
Erwarte
Scholz.
Ihre Befehle. Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Get that quickly.
Ja.
All the others have theirs, right? Yeah.
Herr Kapitän?
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloy?
Herr Kaloy?
So, that's all set. Lovely. Need new torpedoes.
Ja.
Benötigen Sie, Herr... Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
So, we need 5 more of those for the other engineer. Another one of those. Another one of those. Another one of those. For the stern tube, another one of those. And another one of those. Replace that with another one of those. Yes. And I want to replace that one, if I can, as well with a fat. Because then if they miss, there's at least a chance that it hits something else.
Benötigen Sie, Herr Offizier... Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
Right, let's have a look-see here.
Herr Kapitän?
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Yeah, you need more spare parts.
Bestätige.
Ja?
And you need more spare parts.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloy.
Ja.
Benötigen Sie, Herr Offizier... Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
Then we're gonna fill that up. We're gonna leave one slot open for scrap metal to spawn when they do repairs. More food. Yeah, we can't get any cheese, unfortunately. That's a shame. Fuel is done. Equipment, we need more coffee. And then replace this one. T1, 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 T3, T3. T3. In the tube, we've also got a T3. Yeah. Oh, I can reload the top tubes directly. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so I've got only like search pattern torpedoes. Perfect. Yeah, the tower is still being researched, unfortunately. 8 days. 8 days left. I don't think I can squander that much time in here. I mean, I could theoretically by just loading and unloading torpedoes.
Benötigen Sie, Herr Offizier?
What else is there? Oh, the new accumulators. Yeah, definitely need those. Could take the deck gun off. Yeah, that's still being researched. So it's gonna be just 5 days. Three days and 17 hours. I mean, we can dilly-dally around a little bit.
Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
There's some torpedoes that are free, so I'm gonna use those to do that. Yes, it does, unfortunately. That would be cool if food had a going bad mechanic and if the canned food lasts longer and all that. I'm sure they will put that in at some point. Like, or maybe at least as an optional thing. I'm very sure they will do that. Need more fresh food as well. Can't get any bread here. So we're gonna throw the bread off. Yep, I think. No, we're gonna get rid of the cheese first. And then replace it with canned beef. And then let's see what respawns there. Now if I take this one and this one, how long are we off duty then? 2 days, okay. $17 hours. That's all we have to do. 17 hours. Now there's cheese in France. Okay, cool. And no more canned beef. But there is canned bread, so we're gonna take that. And some more cheese. 2 days. Lovely, we got it. Oh no. Did a boat spawn in me? Yes. Oh no. Oh no, that's gonna cause massive damage.
Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
They need to fix that ASAP. And bread? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to change bunker for a second here. No, I don't want a flotilla change, sorry. I need a few favors. I need the free roam. Thank you. And prepare for damage.
Schadensbericht. Bugrohre sind beschädigt. Höhenbruch im Bugtorpedoraum. Herr Kapitän?
Bugtorpedoraum evakuieren. Rudergänger, 10 Grad. Steuerbord.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Yeah, that sometimes happens. Very, very annoying. They will just, if you spend time in the harbor, it's just a possibility that there is a boat spawning exactly where you are. And then when you undock, it causes you to crash into it. Now the next bearing, I think, is... The next berth is... That looks like it's free. That one's occupied, that one's occupied, that one's free. What about the ones on the other side? Those ones are free as well. I'm gonna take one of those. One of the new ones, because why not? And that means we need a new spare part.
Hüllenbruch im Bug-Torpedoraum repariert.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a bit of a bug. I don't know if the game's punishing me for staying in harbor so long.
Kleine Fahrt zurück. Ruder hart Steuerbord. Ruder mitschiffs. Kleine Fahrt voraus. Scheinwerfer einschalten. Ruder hart Backbord. Kurs setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
There we go. No need for the searchlight anymore. What else got damaged? The KDB. Yeah, that always gets damaged. And the torpedo tubes. Yeah, that's fine. Let's let the dockyard workers fix that. Yeah, let's not sink in our home port. That would be good.
Kurs setzen.
There we go. Device is repaired. Everything's fine. Okay. Oh, then the guys got over here. That's cool.
Was benötigen Sie, Herr? Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
Okay, so items. Torpedoes are full. That's nice. Food is looking kinda good. Probably still want to get rid of the cheese, and I need a new spare part now because Limecula had to use one of his to fix the leak. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Natürlich, Herr Kapitän.
So, now,
Benötigen Sie, Herr Offizier? Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände
one
an.
more spare part. Where did he...
Wie lauten
Limecula.
die Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
Get the spare part.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloin.
There we go.
Ja.
Benötigen Sie, Herr Offizier? Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
There we go. We got food, we got medkits in spare, we got lubricant for the engines. Torpedoes storage are full. Equipment is good. We've got coffee, yeah, and we've got a spare set there. Lovely. Spare slot. Okay, cool. Then I'd like to upgrade my boat. I need the new tower. Gonna take 4 days to install. Lovely. Wait for those 4 days to pass. There's the new tower.
Verbindungsoffizier.
New mission. What can we get?
Vom BDU. Streng geheim.
Attack on Aruba. That sounds lovely, and we get a milk cow for that. Absolutely, that's what we're gonna do next time. Select. Oh, that was debriefed from our free roam, I think. Okay, good. Arrive on Aruba. Yep. Both engines ahead. Dead slow.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
1 degree to starboard.
Auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Look at that. Are they twins? I have to have a look at that. What about... They pump your boat dry as well. That's lovely. Yes, I know we got hospitalized crew. That's fine. No, they are not. Oh, devs. I want my twin MGC 30s. I have withdrawal syndrome of that.
Rudergänger, 10 Grad. Backbord.
Yeah, that looks classy, doesn't it? Very, very nice conning tower design. Yeah, so we're just gonna leave the port now, and then I'm gonna save it, and we're gonna continue next time. Also, Too Big, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. I'm sorry I didn't see that earlier. Right. Starboard 20.
20 Grad. Steuerbord.
And rudder amidships.
Ruder Mitschiffs.
And 420.
Rudergänger. 20 Grad. Backbord.
And rudder
Ruder
amidships.
Mitschiffs.
Seems good. Yeah, it does.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
And get us out of the lock. And starboard 20.
Rudergänger.
Both engines
20
slow
Grad.
speed ahead.
Steuerbord.
Yeah, Mai and Limekühler, none of them get any level ups anymore. Level 5 seems to be the cap. Which is sad. I need one more level for him. I just need one more skill. He needs to be able to make scrap whilst repairing. That would be cool.
Herr Kaloin,
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
There's probably a mod for that. But I don't want to use it, I'm gonna be honest. And once we have that lighthouse to our port abreast, we're gonna swing around.
Rudergänger. 20 Grad. Backbord.
Oh, that's gonna be a lovely screen next time. Yep, that is gonna be lovely. Alright, we're gonna send our course
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
20 degrees to port, so that's gonna be 230.
Kurs 230.
And then we're gonna leave it that. So we are ready to strike for the next stream. Already got a mission, already got everything sorted out. I think I even set the crew correct, did I? Yeah, I swapped out the hospitalized peoples. Okay, lovely. I want to thank you guys for watching. It was great to have you in. And if you want to not miss my next stream, you might shoot me a follow or a YouTube subscription. That would be awesome. But I don't have to tell you how the internet works. You guys know this. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. And bye-bye.